Once, a blind man asked a boy to help him cross the street and reach a bus stop. "Thank you, boy," said the blind man when the boy assisted him. "Do you want to know why I am blind?" Without waiting for an answer, he began to tell his story. "My grandmother was a real witch. She could predict what would happen just by looking at scattered sand or clouds drifting in the sky. When I was little, I wanted to learn to see the future too. But my grandmother didn't want to teach me, always saying it was very dangerous. But I didn't listen and started to learn on my own. I would spend whole days looking at clouds or the lines of the wooden ceiling in my room, and at night I would turn on a flashlight and study the shadows from the folds of my blanket." "And did you learn to see?" the boy asked, intrigued by the story. "Listen further," the blind man continued. "One night, the shadows from my flashlight on my bed suddenly formed into a horrible monster. It had a small head and a big mouth with long yellow teeth, and it reached out its hands or paws towards me. But I quickly turned off the flashlight. I was very scared, but what scared me even more was the next day when I looked at the clouds and saw that monster there too. From then on, wherever I looked, I saw it, and every time it came closer." "So, is that why you went blind?" the boy asked. "No," replied the blind man. "I went blind because my grandmother smeared my eyes with some ointment. She said it would save me from the monster." "Did you learn to see the future, though?" the boy inquired. The blind man nodded. "My bus will arrive exactly in 3 minutes," he said, "and a woman will get off carrying 2 full bags." True to his words, the bus arrived precisely 3 minutes later, and only one woman emerged, holding 2 full bags. As the boy stood there, mouth agape, the blind man stood up, entered the bus, and shouted through the open door, "You can learn to see." His blind eyes seemed to look straight at the boy as if seeing him. He laughed, revealing his large mouth with yellow teeth. The doors closed, and the bus departed, but the boy no longer saw anything. He carefully examined the cracks in the asphalt,